And you mentioned Jasmine Gale. She dropped a 40-piece on Pacific in late January. She had 5 threes, went 17 for 22 from the free throw line in that game. One of her basketball heroes is WNBA bucket getter Kelsey Plum. Jasmine grew up in Seattle and went to Plum's camp at UW, an experience she said she'll remember forever. Now Jasmine puts on her own basketball camps for young girls in the offseason, where she hopes to inspire the next generation. I don't know, maybe being in Las Vegas, where Plum currently plays, will inspire another big-time performance today.
I love that. Heck yeah, maybe Kelsey will even show up, Jennifer Mountain.
You never know.
And we are underway. Pacific as the 5th seed, wearing their road uniforms, orange with the black trim, white numbers. USF in their home whites with green and black. Quarterfinal action here at the Orleans Arena. Deaton with the little flip.
Yeah, great little spin move to the middle of the paint. The paint points are going to be a big stat today to look at. Both teams get downhill real well.
USF, of course, enjoying the first round bye, Jennifer. It'll be interesting to see if they've got a little rust or if they love the rest and recovery.
Yeah, you know, you never know if getting on that floor that day before can help.
Ball into the hands of Holmberg. She was huge yesterday, 19 and 7 with a couple of triples in that victory over San Diego.
Well, there's a big matchup right there. Elliott and Dos Santos going at it, 2 really strong post players.
Worth comes up with the ball. The Swedish international wearing the face mask. Here she is.
Well, this San Francisco team is one of the best rebounding teams in the conference. All 5 go really hard to the boards.
Dos Santos wanted that ball, got the ball, scored the ball.
Yeah, great feed. Got it up high so she could just catch and turn around and shoot. Didn't have to make an individual move. Great lead pass.
The transfer from South Plains College, playing JUCO basketball, and what an impact kid she's been for Molly Goodenbauer. Deaton spinning and able to get it up and over Worth.
Yeah, great patience by the Tigers. You can see right off the bat, they are trying to establish inside presence and get to the paint.
Pacific defeating San Diego yesterday, 72-66. And you talked about points in the paint. They had a ton of them yesterday. James, floater, is short, flagging down her own miss. Nothing there. Worth yanks down the second miss of James. And here's Leite.
Well, here's that pace that we talked about. They want to rebound and run. Elliott standing behind Dos Santos in the paint.
Wondering how long that'll last. Dos Santos getting some really good low positioning. Let's take a look at Bradley Davis, head coach of the Pacific Tigers. He's been at Pacific since 2006, first as an assistant, then associate head coach. 9th year as the head coach here, and I'm telling you what, 17 wins this season and counting, the most since 2019-20. Well done, coach.
Yeah, really likes this squad. He's got inside-outside attack. Good kids. Nice cut from the top.
Leite denied. James, so big in yesterday's victory. Boy, I'll tell you, Holmberg takes contact and still scores.
Well, beautiful finger roll. That was a high post drive just outside the key area. And you see her length and athleticism able to get to the rim.
Holmberg having a career year. High percentage kid, dependable as all get out. Early 6-2 lead for Pacific. Worth takes a bump, can't score. Big rebound inside, Schweitzer.
Well, that's a great matchup right there. Worth, newcomer of the year, and Holmberg, and there's a big 3.
How about the start of Katie Deaton, transfer North Dakota State. Loving the WCC tournament this year as she did last year, but stepping up.
Well, the Tigers coming in ready to go. 7-point lead, come on back.
The 2024 WCC Basketball Championship is brought to you by Credit Union One. Discover better banking for all at cu1.com. By Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. and by Nike, a proud partner of the West Coast Conference. Beautiful day in Las Vegas. We're at the Orleans Arena for quarterfinal action of the WCC Women's Basketball Tournament. Great start by Katie Deaton for Pacific.
Well, she's just been terrific. 7 points to go on a 7-0 run by herself, but inside and then knocks that three before the timeout. USF has not scored a basket in just over 2 minutes.
9-2 lead Pacific. USF swept Pacific in the regular season, winning both games. Tournament time, we all know, though, that is different.
100%, and you can see they're a little bit out of sync on the offensive end right now.
Front rimming off, nothing there for Late. She tried to follow, but nothing there, and here comes Pacific and James. Quick inside look. Schweitzer, oh, baby!
Great footwork by Schweitzer down low. Had position running that in transition.
Oh, you're going to feel that for a while, Luana. Schweitzer with the foul.
Well, you see the pace in which they want to play. Schweitzer gets out, and just the reverse from underneath against Dos Santos. That's a huge bucket going right at Dos Santos.
Schweitzer scoreless in yesterday's game against San Diego. Bouncing back already with that nifty bucket. She'll take a seat, and reporting for duty is Elliott again. Here's a good look at Leite out of Brazil. There's Molly Goodenbauer in her 8th season with USF. Obviously legendary at Stanford with those 2 national championships. 3rd straight trip to the NIT, WNIT last year. She'd love to punch a ticket to the big dance, but right now it's 11-4 Pacific.
Well, Pacific being the aggressors right out of the gate here and really doing a great job of getting to the paint. 8 points so far in the paint.
Interior defense by Elliott. Fulcher thought she had a layup. Deaton. Ball stays with Pacific on the hustle rebound by Elliott. And here comes Lowry.
Well, we talked about the rebounding factor in this game. Elliott's going to be a huge factor. Dos Santos double-double almost all season long. You've got to put a body on them and not allow second chance opportunities.
Pacific will try and break you down. They had 40 paint points yesterday against San Diego. Now, when I say that, of course, there's a mid-range, but heck, you get my point. 40 points.
There was a step out of the paint, let's say that. Just too easy if you are San Francisco.
Keita checking in for San Francisco. Great hands by James.
Well, such a terrific defender. Puts a lot of pressure on the ball. Long and athletic.
A little casual with that pass. Got away with it. Elliott. Long ball. Lowry. Into the hands of Leite. Step and shoot. Nothing going right now for USF, and the ball will stay with the Dons. 13-4 Pacific with a heck of a burst to start this ball game.
Yeah, and right now, San Francisco, no field goals in the last 4-11. Just 11% from the field as a team.
1 for 9 from the floor. Chom checking in for USF. Schweitzer back onto the court for Pacific. Leite going the other way. Great interior defense.
Well, I talked to Coach, and we'll take a look at this real quick here, but great job of Smith just stepping over, taking the contact. Weak side help defense. But talking to Coach Bradley before this game, he talked about just not coming out flat like they did the other night, and they're coming off to a great start.
Smith was spectacular yesterday. Lowry not there. The veteran point guard with the 17 points, 6 assists, no turnovers, a couple of triples, and they were in crunch time.
Yeah, the turnover category right there, that's the big thing, no turnovers. And she's got the ball in her hand a ton of.
Heck yeah. Gales has been quiet at this point, Jennifer Mountain.
Yeah, USF, like I said, just not getting into any type of rhythm.
Remember, it was Gales that dropped 40 on USF in game 1 in mid-January. Whistle blows the play dead. So Leachy picks up her second.
Well, and you take a look at those numbers right out of the gate. They're 8 points in the paint so far, shooting 50%. And San Francisco really struggling to get quality looks. Credit Pacific's defense and energy coming to start the game.
Ennis checking in for Pacific. Fulcher back on the floor for San Francisco. That said, J-Mo, Pacific needs to take advantage of this cold start by USF because you know that's going to change.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, once San Francisco settles down, they kind of get themselves going. I mean, this is a team that's very explosive. They have 3 all-conference players. Very skilled.
Gales Dos Santos, first team All-WCC, Worth, your newcomer of the year. But Liz Smith doesn't care about any of that. She just cares about balling.
No, and she is so focused in this last 2 days. And there's going to be a quick turnover. Leachy got caught up with her feet.
Telling you, Liz Smith just has that big meat on all the time.
Well, you go under the screen like that and you allow that type of space, she's going to knock it down. And, you know, right now they got a 12-point lead with 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, and Smith doesn't jump out at you as a scalding hot three-point shooter. But all I know is what I saw yesterday, and you got to guard her as Deaton has 9 points already.
I'll tell you, she has been unstoppable so far in this game. Inside-outside presence, uses her length. San Francisco is going to have to make some defensive adjustments.
High percentage shots, and Pacific is just relentless in getting that ball through the twine. Wow. Gales just got hammered.
Well, Deaton coming off that screen, a diagonal screen from the opposite side, and then gets to the paint, just uses her length right over the top, kisses it off the glass.
Personal foul.
You saw Gales right there. You see her speed, the ability to get by somebody and get downhill. That's what makes her so good in the open court.
Well, Schweitzer's going to have to sit because she picks up her second. Gales is going to feel that contact the rest of this game and tomorrow. Gales, transfer from Northern Colorado. Last year, WCC 6th Woman of the Year. This year, first time starting, all conference and then some, J-Mo.
Oh, she's had a terrific season. She's 3rd in scoring in the WCC, and there's a quick turnover by Pacific. Little miscue on the sideline pass there.
There's a good look at Goodenbauer. Picked 7th in the WCC. Pacific picked tied to finish 3rd. Step through, not there. Ball lands into the hands of Deaton. And flying down the floor for the easy 2 is Smith. That's how you do it, J-Mo.
Absolutely. Deaton, smart play, had Smith up and advancing the basketball, getting to the rim, easy 2. And again, it's the turnovers. They get the rebound and off they go. Number situation, Smith ahead. And the Pacific Tigers take a 15-point lead before the quick timeout.
12 points in the paint for Pacific already, J-Mo.
Well, we talked about that in the open right out of the gate here, and they're doing a great job. And it has been the Deaton show so far in this game. I mean, she's scoring inside out, getting to the rim, beautiful spin move. Again, uses her length, rises up and over. There's that cut. Again, another spin move, an easy look. She's getting high percentage shots. And then the triple from deep. I'll tell you, if San Francisco continues to go under or not find shooters on the perimeter, the Pacific Tigers are going to make them pay.
What a year Deaton is having. What a year. Transferring in from North Dakota State. Got comfortable last year. Now she's feeling like an old pair of jeans every time out. She has been wonderfully spectacular for Pacific.
Well, Gales actually thought she had that. Smith coming from behind and swiping it. It'll stay here with the Dons.
I love how Smith didn't quit on that play, J-Mo.
Yeah, she was beat, but she had nice long arm just coming from behind and tipping it.
sure had a notion. Ball belongs to, survey says.
I think they're calling it as, oh, they're going to change it.
All right, they're giving it to Pacific with $1:51 left to go. Leite, the Brazilian, didn't like that.
San Francisco very tight on the offensive end. Quick shots, just not in rhythm. They have almost 0 field goals in 7 minutes at this point.
Pacific with such high hopes this year, J-Mo returning a bunch of starters, and there's the travel against Deaton. Back to the high hopes for Pacific. They return quality starters coming off of that semifinal heartbreaking loss in the WCC tournament in Portland. A lot to build on.
Yeah, absolutely, and this squad is playing really well right now. They believe, they have some depth, inside, outside scoring, and when you have that, a lot of things can happen. Work with the offensive board.
Dos Santos, so strong. Nothing called. We're going the other way.
Well, she has not had a clean look yet today.
Extra pass, waiting for the fake. Look out, that's almost a turnover, and it is. Off to the races. How about the transition defense by Anaya James? That's nuts.
That was terrific. I mean, you turn it over at the other end, and you think that San Francisco's going to have a breakaway. They do a great job of turning the Pacific Tigers over. And Gale's just strong to the rim, and James denies it. You see her athleticism right there, ability to get her speed.
Barbosa checking in for USF. What a hustle play that was. My goodness, the real estate she covered. Whew. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. A first quarter owned by Pacific. Vulture, wraparound pass, turnover.
And that was all Liz Smith and her defense from behind.
She knew she was giving up some inches right there, so she stayed low, J-Mo, and just played the good D.
Well, and she was kind of stuck behind where you got to be really scrappy in that guard spot. Terrific job.
James hesitates, now looks for help. Deaton, back rim and off. Nice step in rebound, Leite. And USF is looking to get something quality, perhaps to end this quarter.
Well, they need to get in some type of rhythm.
My goodness, no one was expecting this.
No, 0 of their last 12 from the field.
20-5, 10 seconds left to go. Shot clock off, obviously. Worth, oh, badly needed bucket.
Well, a nice looking in rhythm jump shot by Worth to end that quarter.
That's the first quarter for, first hoop for USF since the 8:39 mark. That is crazy cold. 20-7, Pacific with the lead. Katie Deaton was putting on a show early. Tigers loving this.
Amy was just saying they haven't shown it a ton, but they have shown press, right? So just be aware that they're trying to do something to get themselves going. If you're flying up and we're in trouble, make sure 2s and 3s are sprinting right at back, all right? You guys are doing a great job of controlling the paint. Post, guards, getting in there.
That's great stuff from Coach Davis. I really like the way he's prepared his club, and they're fearless and they're ready to go.
They absolutely are. And, you know, we talk about the advantage of just having a game under your belt going into this, and you can see San Francisco just a little bit out of sorts, just struggling from the field at 13%. But you're right, this Pacific team is prepared and ready to go.
You got to go with the laws of averages that San Francisco will pick things up. They're just too good a club not to. And look at Leite amongst the tall timbers.
You're absolutely right. I mean, right now you have an 11-point advantage. If you are the Tigers, you need to take advantage of this and keep pushing. San Francisco will settle down and get going. They have too much talent.
Dos Santos will be whistled for that foul. Her first, team's first. I like your point, J-Mo. This lead this early in the game, it's nice, but it may not mean a darn thing.
Yeah, you can't settle and think, oh, we've got this in the bucket. It's going to be a dogfight. Every single one of these teams in the West Coast Conference is very capable on each night out.
Smith, awkward shot, tough shot. Barbosa almost picked off. Here comes Leite.
Yeah, a little bit of a force right there by Smith. Uncharacteristic.
Inside, that's what you want to do every time down.
Well, I'll tell you, she's so skilled and had a slow start, but if you're going to stand behind Dos Santos inside, she's going to take it at you. I love this matchup down low.
6 straight points for USF. Air ball. And you feel momentum shifting just a little bit, J-Mo. We're early in the second quarter.
Yeah, you sure do. And we talked about it. We knew it was going to happen. It's just a matter of time.
And I think Worth's bucket to end the first quarter was really important for USF.
Yeah, it was the first shot that they kind of took in rhythm.
Yep. Drive and kick. Bailout call. Fulcher goes flying. She was fouled. Smith got her.
Well, you see Dos Santos, again, defense behind her. She's got the ability to kind of fade behind, hard to block. Kid that is very, very talented. All-conference selection.
Both of these teams doing a great job in terms of representation with the all-conference picks. One and done. Smith on the run. Takes a hit from Leite, and that will be her 3rd personal foul. Wow.
Well, you see Smith in transition, so smart, great decision-making. I mean, that's an easy call. She initiated the contact, but just smart, and Leite's going to have to sit.
She leads this club in assists. They need her on the floor. Holmberg with a nice fake and hits the J.
I'll tell you, I like Holmberg's game. Mid-range, she can hit the 3. She's long, athletic, gets to the rim.
Transfer out of St. John's. All the way to the cup. And that's what Gales and USF needs as well. A little burst.
Yeah, that is Gales to a T right there. Makes you pay for just sleeping on defense.
Deaton. We're going to go the other way. I mean, that could have been dangerous. Leite plays the great D. Could have gone on her, but it's on Deaton.
That's gutsy right there.
Yeah, it is. Oof.
You can see Coach Goodenbauer taking a quick word with her to say, hey, you got to be smart. Cannot pick up a 4th.
Yeah, that's not worth it. Again, Leite playing with 3 fouls, leads this club with the assists 4 per game. All those steals, 8 points. She needs to be on the floor. I'll tell you, Liz Smith is kicking herself for not grabbing that weak side rebound.
Yeah, didn't put enough body on that weak side. Kind of stabbed at it. Leite made him pay. I love her aggressiveness with the foul situation.
Liz Smith, her 2nd, team's 3rd.
And that's going to be Smith's 2nd. That's a big.
So that's number 2, yeah, on Smith.
Big
Yep,
foul.
It is.
2 shots.
So Leite to the line, a 69% free throw shooter. Coming to USF via South Georgia Tech Junior College. The Brazilian. Trusted by Goodenbauer, obviously. They're keeping her on the floor, J-Mo.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gutsy by Coach Goodenbauer to lead her in the game.
6 now for Leite, just under her seasonal average. Ooh. I thought for a second another charge was going to be whistled.
And I think Fulcher saw the same thing.
Yeah, but Fulcher gets tagged. Her first, team's 3rd. And Pacific has cooled down, and we got ourselves a game, J-Mo.
Absolutely. You see James again creating off the bounce. That is her game. So athletic.
James, first team, all conference. It was really cool. Elliott and James reached 1,000 career points together in the final regular season game against Santa Clara. And of course, Smith is right there to join that 1,000 point club.
Yeah, she's 1 bucket away.
A couple of tosses, J-Mo.
Yeah.
Leite just lowered the boom. She lowered her shoulder. And the foul is going to go against Holberg. Gaethje just playing with fire.
Yeah, and just aggressive. I mean, that could have gone the other way. She was a little bit sideways.
2 shots.
But I'll tell you, that is gutsy. Take to the rim.
That's one way of looking at it.
Well,
while you watch West Coast Conference action, join the conversation using the hashtag WCCHoops. And for the latest news, scores, so much more, follow WCC Hoops on X. And one Dos Santos put back, and San Francisco feeling a little bit better about things.
yeah, feeling a lot better. And Dos Santos does a great job of just sneaking around from that offensive board off the free throw and an easy putback. Holmberg, defensive mistake right there.
Returns for the Tigers. Deborah Dos Santos.
Holberg picks up her second. Dos Santos is looking at a three-point play. Cans it. So 24-19, J-Mo. 14-4 USF run.
Well, we knew it was coming. It was just a matter of time. James misses that runner to the rim. USF, good job on the defensive boards.
It was 20-5.
Well, a great feed by Dos Santos right there off a cutting work. You see the ball go inside. She's got Elliott on the back. Worth cuts to the top, and they get an and one situation at the free throw line.
Deaton accepts her second foul. Consecutive and one opportunities for USF, and all of a sudden, what was a 15-point lead is down to just 3. We thought this was going to get close.
6-0 run in the last 30 seconds and outscoring Pacific 14-4. You look at the bracket here, LMU and Portland meet later today. Obviously, we have this one advancing to play Gonzaga in the semis.
Everybody in that other bracket is thinking, I don't want Gonzaga until I have to.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But you got to get through this one first.
You know it. Unlucky there by Elliott. Loose ball into the hands of Deaton. Short on that shot. Ennis comes up with it. Flips it inside. Deaton was fouled. More bodies. Deaton gets up. Has a little something to say.
I'll charge number 11.
Well, Ennis, I'm not sure how she got this pass through there. Flicks it down to Deaton on the block. Fortunate right there. Kind of a discombobulated set right there for Pacific.
Gales with the foul, her first, teams for Deaton.
I do like the fact that they went into Elliott right out of that timeout. I think she's got to get some post touches right now. Unfortunate, missed that shot, but they got a second opportunity.
Deaton in double figures for the 15th time this season. Gives you about 11 points a game. She's already at that. You think of how solid she was last year, even better this year.
Yeah, and 4 rebounds to go with it.
Yeah. Couldn't miss early in the first quarter. She needs some help. 26-22, Pacific with the lead, under 6 to go in the second quarter. Inside positioning, Dos Santos, rim it out, unlucky there. Deaton wants it, she gets it, here we go.
Good decision to pull that out, did not have a number situation.
James will size up Gales. Tough shot.
Yeah, but that's her game right there. And you can see change of pace and how good she is off the bounce. But she loves that pull-up jumper.
First team all-conference, James. She's got the 4 points, that'll change. Air ball, follow. Worth in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, probably an ill-advised 3, but Worth smart to get that one back.
Newcomer of the year. Freya Worth out of Sweden. Immediate impact for the Dons.
Yeah, she's been terrific this season. Had the game winner against San Diego in the last game of the regular season.
Plenty of time on the shot clock. Goodenbauer barking orders from the sideline.
Well, and I think to your point, I think Worth needs to get some more touches in. Great backdoor cut.
Travel's going to go against Gales. It was a great cut and pass, but the Pacific defense responded nicely.
They sure did, and that's going to be the 6th turnover for San Francisco in the game so far.
Leachy and Smith returning for the Dons and Tigers respectively. Remember, Leachy's got the 3 fouls.
Yeah, I'll tell you, again, really gets, I mean, you and I were kind of talking about that. Hard to keep her in with those 3 fouls because you're going to need her in the stretch.
Schweitzer. Wow, Schweitzer, 35% triple shooter. Only her 6th of the year, but that's big.
And she's got 5 points on the game so far. Coming in, role player, doing her job, making the USF Dons pay.
And Dos Santos just kind of muscles it up and over Schweitzer.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Pacific is playing completely behind her right now without bringing a double. I would expect maybe to mix that up a little bit.
No basket, no basket.
Judge number 4.
Schweitzer is going to get dinged for that foul, number 3.
Just a beautiful job again. That's her bread and butter, the turnaround jumper, kind of a little bit of a fadeaway, really hard to block, especially with the high release that she has.
Glazier checking in for Pacific. Schweitzer will have to sit down with the 3 fouls, and immediately you go to Dos Santos. That's a shot she usually makes.
Well, it is, and she kind of like hiccuped on it a little bit. I thought she had a complete move to the basket.
Anna swooping in, didn't have the angle, and the ball belongs to USF. 3:34 left to go in the second quarter. 31-26, Pacific with the lead. They once had a 20-5 cushion late in the first quarter. That has gone goodbye. Flipping it inside, there's the double.
Yeah, that's a
travel.
really good call. On the catch, kind of, little bunny hop with it right there. And the double team was coming, and that's something that you're going to have to watch all night long because Dos Santos is such a threat on the paint, or in the paint and on the block.
I think the Brazilian was anticipating that double, smartly so, but then dragged that foot. Chom checking in place of James. Big bucket.
Big bucket, and again, if you do not keep her in front, Gales is going to turn it over.
James on the run. Number's not there, so she pulls up and gets the roll. 8 points now for James.
Just so dynamic in the open court. Body control. You see the ability to stop and pop.
Keita on the floor for USF. And boy, that's a play that James would like to get back as she fouls the shooter in the act of shooting beyond the arc.
Yeah, silly foul. You just cannot do that. Did a great job at the other end. Was late going over the screen. Reaches out. You just got to make her make a tough shot right there. Put it on the ground.
So that'll put the great Jasmine Gales to the line. 73% free throw shooter. More makes, more takes at the charity stripe than anybody wearing USF gear. Don't forget to stick around for the Sterling Global Financial halftime show with Eric and Stephanie. They're not too far from us. I can see them right now, working like the Dickens. And they'll give you the goods at halftime.
Well, you talk about Gales and what she brings. I mean, her ability to create, score the basketball. Really slow start. 1 of 5 from the field right now. Most of her point production has come from the free throw line.
You know, when she dropped 40 on Pacific, she was 17 for 22 from the charity stripe.
It's a lot of free throws.
Sure is.
And that just kind of goes back to how physical this game will continue to get.
Gales sizing up James. Chom. Keita, no cutter there. 7 on the shot clock. Coming up with that board is Lowry. James will trot it up.
Great box out on the weak side by Lowry.
Another one of these role kids that Bradley Davis can count on. We're under 2 minutes to go in the half. 35-27.
Oh, good execution.
Perfect execution because Glazier nails it.
That's beautiful execution in the half court. We talked about managing pace right there. Don't have it, you want to set something up, use clock, get high percentage shots. Good job by the Tigers.
What a great cut without the ball by Glazier.
Yeah, movement without the basketball is huge.
Amen. Worth, no foul called, but she cans the triple on her keister.
Great three-point look.
10 now for Worth. 15th double-figure game of the season. You'd expect nothing less. That's about what she gives you. 1 foot step back, tough take and stick, Smith. And welcome to the 1,000-point club, Liz Smith.
Oh, what a way to do it. The runner with the floater with the leg in the air.
Man, that's just clutch. Well done, young lady. Under a minute to go. That bucket gives Pacific the 9-point lead, squaring up. Nothing there. Ooh, Gales almost turned it over. 6 on the shot clock. Drives by, Ennis can't get it there, into the hands of James. Numbers aren't there. Lowry.
Yeah, probably a little too quick right there. You got a 9-point lead, you know, around 38 seconds left on the clock.
You're reading my mind, J-Mo. Okay, shot clock off, game clock at 15. And this was the case in the first quarter. It was Worth that saved the Dons with just seconds left to go in that first quarter. Well, 5 seconds now. Gales. Uh-oh. Tough to get anything quality here. So that'll do it, 39-30, Pacific with the halftime lead.
Great defensive stop there at the end, but you'll see a great job of the Tigers coming ready to play. USF battling back, doing a great job of making things happen. And you see Worth coming off the little side screen for the three-point shot. Nothing but net. She's got 10, and she's been terrific in this first half, keeping San Francisco in it. And then 1,000 points for James in that first half. Well done, as Ann said.
So 39-30, Pacific with the halftime lead. They once led by 15 late in the first quarter. USF comes charging back to climb to within a couple. But here we are with Pacific leading. And Jordan, what do you got?
I got Coach here.
Yeah.
Much better start today. What did you like from your offense in that first half?
We shot freely, but we also moved the ball pretty well and took great shots. I think we were pretty good assist to made shot ratio early on.
It also started with the defensive intensity. How much was that a message coming into this one?
That was huge, especially against this team. They got loose on us the first couple times we played them. So we were pretty dialed in with the scout, and I thought our team did a good job of executing.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks to you both. Bradley Davis has his club ready to go. Big lead early, withstood a gut punch from USF. Still leading it though, Pacific by 9 over the Dons.
Welcome back to the Credit Union 1 WCC Basketball Championship and our halftime show presented by Sterling Global Financial. Great start for Pacific, up 39-30 here at the Orleans Arena at the half. Eric Rothman, Stephanie Hawk Freeman here with you, and joined now by John Dunning, who is a 2024 WCC Hall of Honor inductee, the great Pacific and Stanford volleyball coach. And Coach, first of all, congratulations and thank you so much for joining us. You know, we were marveling at your story earlier today of how you go from a high school math teacher who had never really played or knew much about the game of volleyball now to a multiple Hall of Famer. I think this is your 4th, if I was counting correctly on your bio. Explain to me how you found a love for this game that you had previously never known much about.
Knew nothing about. Look further down the scale. You know, I coached a bit, coached basketball in high school, and Title IX passed, and it got money into schools for women, and they had teams and they didn't have coaches. And so the way that I was told the story is they asked 3 other people before they asked me, and they all said no. Great way to start your career. And so I said yes, and I don't even remember why, but it changed my life, obviously for the better. I've just loved coaching volleyball. I love the game. I love to coach it. And I love the fact over all years how appreciative the players were of what we were able to offer them. And I think that just felt good to me. And so I stayed with it. I think a lot of it's family support. I have the world's best wife, Julie, and when days were tough, she'd tell me to stand up straight and do my job. And she was always there. So for me, it's this weirdo story that I was a basketball player and a golfer and never had even heard of volleyball.
Well, Coach, you touched on it, but I really want to expand upon it because I can see her. She was taking pictures. We're going to wave to her right there, your wife, Julie. But just talk about what she's meant to you and all the support and guidance she's given you throughout this journey.
Yeah, it's amazing. She's by nature just a supportive person. Wonderful, great family person. And the job that I had, that the coaches out here have, is dominating. The recruiting world, everything that you keep adding to the job, and you have to have someone behind you or with you that is willing to be understanding that I'm going to be gone 20 out of the 52 weekends a year at least. So she just, the whole time, we just had our 50th anniversary, was the person that was perfect for me to fill me in, fill the parts of me that weren't good enough, so that I could be good at what I did. And I'm very grateful.
Well, I know that after your coaching days were done, it was important to you to go back and now working at Pacific.
Right.
Why is that such a special place for you?
You know, it's really interesting. I had a couple kids that were recruited from my high school program that went there. So I was there a little bit. I got to know the coach that started the program, Terry Liskevich. I love him. He's a wonderful man. He taught me a lot. He's a mentor for me. And from the moment I walked on campus, I just liked it. Small, everybody knows everybody, or it's not, that's like an extreme. But it's very personable, very welcoming. I like the kind of players we could recruit to the university that kind of fit me and how I was going to coach. And that my feeling of welcome and just feeling good about it has never changed. And so when we retired, we moved back there. One of my daughters lives in Lodi, just north of there. We now live about a mile from they and my grandkids. And so I've gone back as a consultant to work with their coaches, mostly their assistant coaches, and just be a resource for them when they say, man, this happened today. What do you think? And I don't give them any advice, but I can tell them how that happened to me and what went, down after that. And so I love every minute of it. They're very welcoming, which doesn't have to be that way, but the whole university is that way to me.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you joining us. A remarkable story, a remarkable career. Congratulations on the honor.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here.
John.
Go Tigers.
There you go. John Dunning, WCC Hall of Honor inductee. We'll be right back. We welcome you back to the Credit Union 1 WCC Basketball Championship and our halftime show presented by Sterling Global Financial. Beautiful day once again here in Las Vegas. Pacific on top by 9 at the half over San Francisco. That's Stephanie Hawk-Freeman. I'm Eric Rothman. And Pacific, we saw them yesterday playing in the game against San Diego, and they really set the tone early with the defense, and it seemed that it was Katie Deaton leading the way yesterday. Same thing again here today.
Yeah, they really did a great job closing out that game against USD, and you're talking about Katie Deaton coming up big with those defensive stops in that game, but she set the tone for the Tigers early in this first quarter. Pacific outscored USF 20-7, and it was because of her effort. She went 4 for 7 from the field and has 11 points.
And for San Francisco, we had a little bit of a Superwoman Clark Kent situation with Freya Worth. She started the game with the face mask with a broken nose. She was struggling to shoot the basketball, took it off, finishes the half, 10 points, 5 rebounds.
Yeah, another great moment for Worth. Right at the end of that first quarter, she knocked down a big shot for the Dons. And then after that, she got it rolling. It really switched in that second quarter. The intensity from the Dons really picked up, and they were able to close that gap. And again, it was from efforts from Worth. 10 points, like you said.
Let's take a look at the first half stats brought to you by Triton Point Wealth. You first, always. Pacific jumped out to a quick start, 20-9 after the first frame. San Francisco really struggled shooting the ball. Started 2 for 16, was 8 of 15 to finish, and Luana Leite really stepped up on the offensive end.
Yeah, and playing with those free fouls, my goodness, that's so aggressive. You know, we are in Vegas. Coach gambled a little bit, and she got away with it in that first half, and I'm expecting a really tough second half from both these teams.
Pacific found their groove, but San Francisco was able to chip away at the lead. The Tigers on top by 9 as we head to the second half here at the Orleans.
WCC tournament by Credit Union 1. Third quarter moments away from San Francisco, trailing Pacific 39-30. Jordan, you were working around that USF locker room.
Yes, I got something. I got to talk to Coach. Said she was clearly frustrated by her team's start here in Vegas. She said the game started 20 minutes ago. They showed about 10 minutes ago. When they did go on that run in the second quarter, they were attacking the basket, getting offensive rebounds. Those are the things that they did really well. I asked her what it means to me. She said Deborah DeSantis needs to score the ball. They just need her to. She knew Pacific was going to come out tough. Now her team just needs to match that.
That's good stuff, Jordan. Thanks as always. Love having you on board, friend. All right, third quarter underway. Pacific has led this one from BBS. Go. Holmberg not there. Good offensive board. Elliott kind of pinging to herself until she gathered. Holmberg misses again this time from distance. Another offensive rebound, and Fulcher's grabbing that foot.
Yeah, I think she stepped on somebody's foot, but man, look at Elizabeth Elliott on the offensive glass, keeping this alive.
Tough runner. It's stay right here.
And I think we're going to get Santos with this foul.
Yep. Her second, team's first. And again, USF will get another chance because of this foul.
Yeah, Pacific just again, relentless on the boards. Doing a great job getting extra opportunities.
Fulcher will have to get that foot ankle 10-2. And 4:55 is the RPD.
If you're going to give a team that many opportunities, they're going to make me pay. Right out of the gate, Pacific set the tone. I mean, I talked about this with you. I think Elliott's got to have some touches.
Another double-digit lead for Pacific at 11. We're early in the third quarter. Leite, tough angle, not there. Persistence follows. That time, Holmberg was there for the board. James, pull up Jay. That's going to go against Elliott, isn't it? Yeah, it's kind of a push-off. Okay, Liz, we coached there.
I love that outside. That's a great matchup. You got two all-conference players. You know, you listen to Coach Bauer talk about Dos Santos. Got it. She really does. I mean, she had 9 points in that first half, but more falling away, not knowing that, but ran. I think she's got to be aggressive, draw some contact.
So Elliott takes a seat. Schweitzer comes back out on the board. Remember, Schweitzer has 3 fouls. Leite, the dynamic point guard for USF ball right here with 3 fouls. Here she is. Almost lost it. Look at that save, Fulcher. Wow. Wheeling, dealing, and scoring. Pretty football. Santos was thinking about Fulcher.
Yeah, beautiful move. And that was about 4 inches away. And the turnover going the other way. Great hustle play.
11 down for Dos Santos. She gives you 15 to pop.
That's another one that really needs to get going. Holmberg very quiet on the first half, but 6 points now.
I mean, Fulcher, who looked like she sprained her ankle a little bit, sure looked good on this play.
Yeah, great hustle, and it gets tipped. And she literally was about 3 to 4 inches from going the other way.
Well, I think she was 1 inch.
That's close.
And you see the footwork of Dos Santos. Pacific's guards rebound so well, Jennifer.
Well, they're so athletic and aggressive. I mean, a lot of times if you're a guard, rebounding is just about, timing and knack for the ball.
Schweitzer, ball on the deck, hard to the hole and scores.
I tell you, she's been terrific off the bench tonight. She's got 7 points.
Well over her seasonal average of 4.5, and remember, scoreless in round 2 yesterday. Worth shows you why she's the newcomer of the year. 13 now for Worth.
Well, beautiful stroke. Look at her big-time shots for this team, keeping them in it. It's a 10-point game.
Transfer from the University of Albany is Worth. Offensive foul is going to go against Pacific, and Smith, she's got 3.
And kind of a silly foul. Really didn't need to. Little rub screen, but you see Schweitzer with the finish, kind of going away from the body, and then Worth with the answer with the 3-point shot. Worth's a hard matchup. She's got a lot of length in that guard spot.
45-35. Worth again, the transfer from Albany. Hey, look at the strength of Elliott. Just takes that ball from Fulcher. Lowry wanted to go inside, nothing there. Unlucky there for Elliott.
Yeah, she had position and she was moving.
Ooh, Gales.
And that is more like Gales right there. You saw the body control out in transition. Both teams are really good in the open court and want to push pace.
Gales with 6, leads the club with 17 a game, and the double team forces Holmberg to travel.
Well, both teams kind of over-penetrating at times, getting into the paint, coughing it up and going the other way.
45-37. San Francisco hanging around. Got a long way to go in this one. Come on back. The 2024 WCC Basketball Championship brought to you by the Southern Nevada Toyota dealers. Toyota. Let's go places. By TicketSmarter. Experience the power and excitement of live events with TicketSmarter. Think smarter, think TicketSmarter. And by Credit Union One. Discover better banking for all at cu1.com. Got my eyes on you too, Jennifer Mountain. 45-37, Pacific with the lead over San Francisco. We're still early in the third quarter. I can't quite figure out the Dons today. Can't quite figure them out.
Well, definitely making runs at times and then being sloppy at times. Pacific, same thing. I think both teams kind of over-penetrating a little bit. They had 3 turnovers in just over a minute.
Tigers leading at 45-37. They once led 20-5 late in the first quarter.
Shot clock to 20.
USF climbed to within a deuce in the second quarter, but then Pacific had a little run, and here's where we stand.
Yeah, both teams have kind of responded to runs, doing a good job. Pacific obviously looking to get the ball inside. And there's Dos Santos right there, right on cue. USF, that again is a great matchup.
And one. Dos Santos wanted that ball, and Worth had the perfect pocket pass. She knew she was going to get hit, had the defender on her hip, and one.
On the hip and behind, and she's got deep position in that restricted circle. And I'll tell you, you're going to give her that type of space down low, you're going to struggle.
14 now for Dos Santos. She gives you 15 a pop. The redshirt Brazilian. JUCO basketball product, living large here. That's good defense. Really good defense by Gales. And they're going to say it went off Deaton.
Well, another turnover, and San Francisco on an 8-0 run here. Goes back door, and that's a good play. She swipes at it, goes off of her leg. Deaton unfortunate there.
Pacific now with 10 cough-ups. That's got to be cleaned up if they're going to post this upset. Extra pass. I thought Dos Santos would just go up with that.
Yeah, and I think Coach Goodenbauer, she's actually saying it right now, she needs to look to go score. we talked about 9 points at halftime. She's got 14 right now. I think the touches have got to go through her. She can read if there's a double team going, but she's hard to stop, and they're playing behind.
The lead is 5. Inside, Deaton, you bet.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to give it to her. Defender fell down off of that diagonal cut. Good find and finish. 15
now for Deaton. Started hot, has stayed hot. Big triple by Gales from distance.
Well, she's got 9. Big shot right there.
Well, say for the confidence as much as anything else, J-Mo.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit out of sorts, not having a typical night, but still a lot of time left in this game, and she's a dangerous, dangerous player.
Pacific not looking like that team in the first half that we saw. James turning the corner. It'll stay with Pacific, but with only 5 seconds on the shot clock when we come back. The lead is only 4 now for the Pacific Tigers. San Francisco starting to get that momentum right back. 47-43, Katie Deaton having the game of her life in tournament play. Let's check out this most recent bucket.
Well, she does a terrific job of coming off of that diagonal up screen. Defense falls down, gets an easy 2 at the rim. But you're right, Ann, she's had a terrific night. 15 points, 4 rebounds. A lot of time left in this ball game, and I'll tell you, feed the hot hand, right? Keep going back to her.
Deaton's career high is 20. That could go by the wayside. What does Pacific need to do, J-Mo, to kind of get back to the way they were playing in the first half?
Well, they need to start taking care of the basketball. They have 4 turnovers in the last 3 minutes. And have got to do a better job of decision-making.
Wow.
And right there's another one.
All right, so USF on an 11-2 run over a 2.5-minute span.
Oh, and that's going to be her.
Oh, Lechi, number 4. She was playing with fire and rolling the dice, as they say here in this town.
Well, hard take to the rim, and that's a good call. Defense steps over, takes it in the chest. Elliott, just a heads-up play at the defensive end. And, you know, to your point, when you're asking what does Pacific need to do, I think they're a little tight right now. They're trying to force the issue. They need to get back to some movement on the offensive end and get Elliott some touches so that she can make some reads.
Top assist kid will sit down for USF. Lechi with the 4 fouls. 4 minutes left to go in this third quarter. The lead has shrunk to 4 for Pacific. Deaton, aggressive, not there. Offensive rebound, Pacific. Lowry, and gets the roll.
Well, that started with Liz Elliott getting the offensive board, the kick out, the swing, and a deep 3.
Lowry with her first points of the game. Big 3, she got the kind roll. The lead is 7.
Yeah, that was a big shot, especially with the type of offensive possessions they have had as of late.
Let's see how USF responds. 3:25 left to go in the third. Dos Santos, who's been owning that low block. The drive and kick. Rare miss by Worth into the hands of Deaton. Man, she's tough.
That was a good look by San Francisco, the penetration and kick.
Elliott squaring up, ball on the deck. Dos Santos takes a swipe to no avail. Holmberg, wild shot. Dos Santos flips it, finds Gales. This will be interesting. Gales pulls up, sweet stroke by Gales.
Yeah, great decision. She had James right in front, knew it was going to be tough to get by her. Nice pull-up jumper.
11 points now for Gales, leads this club with 17 per.
They have similar games, quite frankly. It's a great little matchup.
Holmberg wants that pick. Nothing there on the angle. Another Dos Santos board. Keita pushing tempo, finding Fulcher. And instead of holding her ground, James tries to make the play and gets called for the foul.
Well, the possession before, the ball swing off the offensive board, and Lowry gets the nice roll off the rim for that three-point shot, much needed.
Here's Fulcher, 69% free throw shooter, the junior out of West Lynn, Oregon.
Great story. I mean, she started as a walk-on and has earned a scholarship, and she just plays really hard. I mean, you credit her at the other end against Holmberg defensively, doing a nice job, uses her body and her strength.
Role definitely expanding this year. Deaton picks up that dribble and now finds a friend. Here's James. Almost a turnover, and wow, lucky. Etta scores.
Yeah, absolutely. Great little two-man game. Elliott smart to just make that extra pass. I think you're right, she would have traveled if she kept going.
She was going to let go of that ball regardless of whose hands it fell into, because she was going to travel. Dos Santos so strong, and she is starting to feel like herself.
Oh, that's tough. I mean, she's got 16 in the game.
Man, she's tough. Battle inside against Elliott. Lowry, another triple. Gales. Ennis shuts her off. Oh, Deborah Dos Santos. My goodness, this is the closest they've been since 24-22. Wow.
And you see, well, she's an all-conference player. Averages a double-double.
There's the answer. And Lowry just isn't going to quit shooting.
Terrific answer by the Tigers.
Lowry with one heck of a gutsy shot. All right, so lobbing it into Dos Santos. USF cannot believe that was not an over-the-back call. They can't believe it.
Yeah, I think half the gym can't believe it. They're going to hold for one here.
Yeah, the coaching staff was ready to come out of its shoes over there wearing green. All right, 7 right here. Deaton, she's waiting a little long. Rimming out. So that'll do it, 55-51. USF had crawled to within 1, the closest they had been.
And then Dos Santos getting hot from the three-point line. Not only can she score on the block, she pulls the trigger, but an answer from Lowry, 55-51.
Quarterfinal action, WCC Women's Basketball Championship here at the Orleans Arena. Dos Santos woke up in that third.
Yeah, she sure did. She had 10 points in that third quarter in a variety of different ways. Getting to the block, doing her work. She's really strong when she has position, and she's got a little bit of a fadeaway, really hard to defend and block. You can see her doing her work early on. Elliott getting position and then knocking down the three to lead San Francisco in that quarter. They outscored Pacific 21-16 to bring it to a 4-point game.
Dos Santos, it's her 9th triple of the season. Last year, she didn't even try one, much less make one. Well, she's got 9 of them.
She didn't hesitate on that one.
That's just adding repertoire to your game. Fourth quarter underway. Here she is. There's the cutter. Oh, that's pretty. And Leche playing with 4 fouls, has 9 points.
Beautiful assist right there. Pacific came with a quick double team. Great cut from the top by Leche.
Leche again playing with 4 fouls. She had 3 fouls early.
Well, and if you're Pacific, you need to go right at her.
3-pointer clutch. James. 11 now for James.
Well, you see her range right there. Not only can she create in transition and off the dribble, but great 3-point stroke.
58-53. James with 11 points, 9 assists, flirting with a double-double. Fulcher, ball fake. Wide open from beyond the arc, nothing there, unlucky. Dos Santos, offensive rebound.
So strong on the offensive glass.
While we figure this out, I want to remind you that more Credit Union 1 WCC Basketball Championship action coming up next. LMU taking on Portland, the defending tournament champions. Stick around for that one. J-Mo, I'm not sure what that whistle was all about.
I'm not either, to be honest with you. It kind of got blocked out.
Gales muscles it up and home to beat the shot clock buzzer. Wow.
Oh, there's a great example of keeping your pivot. Good job of not panicking and staying with that.
13 now for Gales. A chance for USF to edge ever closer or tie with the triple.
Well, Dos Santos again with another board. Averages almost 11 a game.
Dos Santos. Leite. Worth dangerous. Oh, we are tied up. Wow. It was a 2, my bad.
Yeah, I think that was a long 2. But nonetheless, you can see her smooth stroke getting very comfortable.
Worth really having herself a game. Inside, and Ennis will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, Fulcher staying behind. Picking up the foul, but you see it at the other end. Leite just penetrating and getting that kick. Foot just right on the line right there, but again, Worth just terrific. 15 points, 6 of 9 from the field.
Gosh, she's tough. Averages just under 10, and she has come to play. Transfer out of the University of Albany. Last year, she averaged 5 points and 4 boards. Didn't play in a whole lot of games, and she has found a home in San Francisco.
She sure has. I mean, she's a tough matchup. She's got length. She can stretch you in the 4 spot. She can play the 3. Athletic.
Good hands, Dos Santos avoiding the turnover. USF has never led in this game. Remember, it was 20-5 Pacific in that first quarter.
Well, you can see Pacific just kind of sitting off of Leite, making her, trying to get her to shoot that perimeter jumper, making it hard for her to penetrate. Smart adjustment.
Schweitzer and Holmberg checking back in for Pacific. There's 5 on the shot clock for the Dons as they inbound right in front of their friends. Dos Santos, Worth, back rim and off. Wow. So the blockout was there, and Leite sneaks in for the offensive rebound.
Yeah,
she's fouled.
The blockout was there on the original side, but you can see Leite coming in. Shot goes up. Pacific does a nice job, but Leite just sneaks in there, and James gets called for the foul.
Actually, they're going to give that to Liz Smith, if I'm not mistaken, and that's number 4. And that's huge. So Smith is going to have to sit. While you watch West Coast Conference action, join the conversation using the hashtag WCCHoops. And for the latest news, scores, and more, follow WCC Hoops on X. Okay, missed opportunity there. The lead is 2 for Pacific. Deaton blocked. Dos Santos.
Great defense and great timing by Dos Santos. She's having herself a half.
Leads this club in rejections. That was a big one. Under 7 to go. Dos Santos wheeling, dealing against Schweitzer. Can't get it home. Ball into the hands of Rosie, but she throws it away.
Well, Worth in the passing lane in defensive transition gets a hand on it and gives them another opportunity to tie or take the lead.
USF has never led in this game. Both teams have put together their own respective runs. Right now, USF with the triple by Dos Santos, yes, probably ill-advised, J-Mo.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, like you said, 9 on the year. You'd like to get her back on that block.
Big time. Ball off the hands of USF, a break for Pacific. Barbosa checking back in for USF. 6:05 left. That big fat lead for Pacific is down to a deuce. They need a bucket. Deaton's been really good at giving him just that. Turns it over though.
Again, just a little bit over penetration in the paint. Oh, almost a steal by James.
Yeah. 13 turnovers now on this Pacific bunch. They average 17 cough-ups a game. In tournament time, though, you have got to take care of that rock. Every possession is gold.
You're absolutely right. It's tight games, turnovers, free throws. Both teams really struggling to score.
Under 6 to go. The lead is a deuce for Pacific. Gales, 10 on the shot clock. Now 5. She wants to go one-on-one against Lowry. Hesitates. Schweitzer does a great job of coming over to stop the drive.
Great anticipation of that penetration.
High-low, taking care of the mismatch. Late, she had to let her go. 9 now for Schweitzer, who was scoreless yesterday.
And she's been terrific off the bench. 9 points and some huge defensive plays. And just when Pacific is a little bit sore, she makes a big play and knocks it down.
Now for our Jersey Mike's play of the game. Jersey Mike's via sub above, J-Mo.
Well, it's all about the nifty handles up top. The nice extra pass to James for a deep 3. Get the Tigers going in this second half. She's been terrific.
61-57. 5:12 left to go in this fourth quarter. A game of runs. It all started with a 20-5 run by Pacific in the first quarter. Bobbing and weaving, punching and counter-punching. Quarterfinal action, a trip to the semis on the line. Now we're talking high-stakes stuff. Fulcher reading. 10 on the shot clock now. Worth tries to get the inside position. Look at the quick hands by James. Doesn't have the numbers. Let's see if she brings it out. She does.
Yeah, super smart play by James. Playing the passing angle, penetration angle.
Look at that cut. Oh, and Holmberg has a layup thanks to James.
Beautiful curl cut off the flare screen. Great read and an easy 2 for Pacific. And USF coughs it up.
So James now with a double-double in points and assists with that nifty dime to the cutting Holmberg. Come on. 63-57. Crucial possession in terms of momentum, J-Mo, in my opinion, for both clubs.
Yeah, I agree, Ann, 100%. And Holmberg going right at him, using her length. Great job, gets it to an 8-point lead. This USF team has struggled to score, no buckets in 3:40.
Holmberg with 4 straight ducking in. There's the pass, Dos Santos, nifty. Pacific falls asleep, and Leite scores.
Yeah, Leite is getting that top cut, and Dos Santos making them pay with the double team. That's multiple opportunities now with the same look.
Schweitzer, again, scoreless yesterday. And what a game for Schweitzer. She's in double figures. Dos Santos, Worth, Gales, Leite, all in double figures, scoring 58 of 59 USF points. That is unbelievable how consistent that bunch is.
Well, and then you look at that, you look at this little 2-man game right here. Gets her on the roll, and when you give her deep possession like that with the look at the rim, she's gonna make it. 11 points. But you talk about scoring, and right now, 0 bench points for San Francisco. Pacific has 22.
Worth with the miss. Smart play by Deaton. Deaton nudged, nothing called. Dos Santos comes up with it.
Yeah, there's body contact on that.
Now Dos Santos in double figures rebounding wise too, so she's got a double-double. And oh baby, Gales, did USF need that?
They certainly did, and you cannot go behind a screen on Gales. Little dribble handoff. Great execution by USF, a much needed basket.
Schweitzer playing with 4 fouls. She's going to have to be careful. She has been really good today after going scoreless in second round action yesterday. James with the defense. Oh, man. Wow.
Well, you see USF again, a much needed basket, the little dribble handoff, nobody there. Gales make them pay, and she gets to the penetration right here, and James comes from behind.
Man,
that's a great call. It went off of her shoulder, but a great defensive play by Anaya James.
Best defensive play of the game at this point.
Yes.
Second block of the game for James. Holmberg had a notion. Schweitzer playing with 4 fouls. And Pacific can ill afford to turn it over here. 7 on the shot clock. James, on both ends of the floor.
Well, that's your all-conference player right there, making a big play when it counts, both ends of the floor.
James with 14. Oh my goodness, the block and then a huge long ball. Air ball, you don't see that from Worth.
No, you don't, and she had the defender behind the screen. But Anaya James is taking over this ball game, comes off the on-ball, has the look, in rhythm, and pulls the trigger.
All right, read this for your scoreline, folks. James, 14 points, 10 assists. I'm not done. 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, 3 steals. Bring it, kid, bring it. Fulcher picks up that foul. Oops. Not quite. We're going to give that to Gales. My bad. Her second. Team's second.
Well, and you look at that. There's a minute 34, up 8. You do not want to go quick here.
Nope.
USF can actually gamble a little bit here, looking to foul. Unless you are Leachy, she's got 4.
All the way to the rim. Wow. Smith.
Well, Leachy was on defense, didn't want to pick up her 5th, and Smith makes him pay by getting to the rim.
Dos Santos all the way in. So tough. What a game for Deborah Dos Santos. Carrying the freight, 21 points, her 7th 20-point game of the season. Wow.
Well, and Pacific again taking advantage of the lane. Smith using her speed. They have an 8-point lead going into the last minute and 11.
It's a lot of time, though, when you got Dos Santos.
It sure is.
Hey, fans, be sure to stay with us after the game for the WCC Basketball Central show on ESPN+. We'll hear from coaches, preview upcoming matchups. This year, we're proud to have Sterling Global Financial as an official partner of WCC Basketball. All right, J-Mo, let's put your coaching cap on. First, let's go to that USF huddle. What do you suppose? Well, since we're looking at... Oh, okay. Let's go with USF out of timeouts. What do you suppose Molly's talking about?
Well, number one, they have fouls to give, so they want to gamble a little bit, put a ton of pressure. They can look for steals, and and if I'm her, especially with a minute 11 down 8, I'd foul pretty quick here. You got 3 fouls to give. Make something happen. They are athletic. They can turn you over, and then if you do get the ball back, you got to go quick. I'd go to Dos Santos and Gales and let them make something happen. On the flip side, if you are Pacific, you've got to take care of the basketball. You take care of the basketball and you make free throws, you win the game.
There it is. But at $1.11, you can do a lot if you're USF, if you play the great D, get some luck, and score every time down. Maybe get a steal here. Ooh,
got a tip.
Look out.
Oh.
Schweitzer saves the day. That ball was up for grabs. Under a minute to go, and there's the foul. And I mean, that ball was chucked into no man's land, and Schweitzer covers ground.
Yeah, just heads up play. Fortunate, because you're right. That thing was like a safety in football. They could have grabbed that. Anybody could have grabbed that. Smith just kind of lets it go. Heads up play.
Schweitzer beats Dos Santos to the ball, and that was absolutely huge. So 58.4 left.
That's gonna be her
that'll
5th.
be number 5. Yep. Leachy, who did a great job of playing into foul trouble and then avoiding further foul trouble, but finally succumbs with under a minute to go.
Yeah, it really did, and she ends the night with 11 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists.
That's going to be, that's USF's ball. There's the turnover that USF needs. No time going off the clock. You got to score.
You got to go quick here, and you certainly, if you're Pacific, have to keep the ball in front and no fouls.
And 1. So J-Mo, Pacific cardinal sin, and it looks like Schweitzer will pick up that foul, which means number 5.
Well, decent situation. She just one step late on that sliding over.
Wow.
Worth, great job of body control in the air to finish that, to bring it to a 6-point game. And at the free throw line. Oh, in and out.
Jump ball, possession arrow favoring Pacific. But this game, J-Mo, it's just 2 possessions, a long way from being over.
Yeah, the only thing that's unfortunate is USF does not have timeouts to advance the basketball, so they've got to go the length of the court on each possession made.
Tip of the cap to Rosie Schweitzer.
Yeah.
You know, it just wasn't really, we didn't see her much, and the presence wasn't felt yesterday. Scoreless against San Diego in that second round victory, and today came to play.
Yeah, 5 of 5 from the field, and I mean, you saw the body control. She took advantage of situations down low, just making big plays defensively as well, making some big plays against penetration.
Dos Santos, 21 points, 10 boards, 17th double-double of the season. You look at the conference statistics, and Dos Santos is all over the place. Top 5 in so many categories.
Yes. She's had a terrific season.
If you can get a stop here in your USF, feed the beast. Be smart.
Well, you have to foul.
There's the whistle with 37.1 left to go.
That's a lot of time off the clock.
Yep. Worth picks up that foul, her first foul, team's 4th. Look out, you're in that sideline zone. Ooh, whistle blows. Pacific bailed out, 31.5 left. So Fulcher will pick up her 3rd personal, 5th team foul. So here is Holmberg.
Big free throws right here, and 2-possession game. This is to make it 3. That's going to be tough to come back with, not being able to advance the basketball with 31 seconds to go.
First free throw of the day, good for Holmberg. Let's see if she can do 2 for 2. No can do. Oh my goodness. From behind, beautifully played. Smith.
They're going to call a foul.
Smith cannot believe that. That's her 5th. That's big.
Yeah, they caught her again. You know, she's done it a couple different times. The offensive player gets around her. She's coming from behind and tipping it.
Well, Smith goes out, 84% free throw shooter, more makes and takes than anybody on the team. You want her on the floor in this situation.
Absolutely.
Taking her place is Lowry, who was only 5 for 7 tosses coming into this game. But first things first for USF, 24.6 left in this game. They trail by 7. Maybe it's time for Worth to release for a triple. Or Keita. Wow.
Well, defensive mistake right there. You cannot leave anybody open at the 3-point line, switching in all spots if need be.
Near turnover. Deaton saves the day. She gets it into the front court and is fouled. And Deaton, the 77% free throw shooter, will go to the line with 13.4 left to go. Deaton 2 for 2 from the charity stripe at this point.
Well, again, defensive mistake, miscue right there, allows USF Keita to get that 3 off to pull it within 4. Again, I think the timeout situation here hurts USF not being able to advance the basketball.
What a game for Katie Deaton. The transfer from North Dakota State. Before that, UNC Greeley, sitting on 16 points.
And 7 rebounds.
Wow, and gets hammered as she follows her own miss. Katie Deaton, take a bow. Fulcher, her 4th. And Deaton will tee it up again. 12.7 left. J-Mo, if this score holds, Pacific will be making its 2nd trip to the WCC semifinals in 3 years.
Well, they certainly have had good runs, and credit the coaching staff. I mean, they lost to USF both times in regular season, and it's tournament time, it's scouts, and they did a terrific job preparing them for this game.
Deaton having herself quite a game, 18 points, 2 off her career high. Boy, again, Cardinal sin, fouling in the act of shooting.
Yeah, you just let them go. You don't want to swipe at anything at this point if you are Pacific and put them at the free throw line.
Pacific fortunate that the clock is clearly in their favor.
Yeah, just straight up. Make her take a tough shot over you.
And that'll do it. Pacific. Wow, they led from the very beginning, Jennifer Mountain, and they hang on, 76-71.
They sure did. They set the tone right out of the gate. Very prepared, had a great scout. Multiple players stepping up, making big plays. They have 3 people or 4 players in double figure, a complete team effort. Congratulations, moving forward to take on Gonzaga.
Another trip to the semifinals for Bradley Davis and his plucky Pacific Tigers. This is a great chance for us to take a look at our women's championship tournament brackets.
Well, you'll see they're advancing to the semifinals, taking on #1 Gonzaga at noon tomorrow. Coming up here in just another half an hour, we'll have the second quarterfinal where Portland, #3 Portland, will take on LMU, who beat #6 St. Mary's 78-62 yesterday in a hard-fought battle. Very athletic team. That should be a great matchup.
A lot of contributors for Pacific, but Anaya James stole the show at the end.
She sure did. I mean, you read that stat line, but she scored it so many different ways. That mid-range pull-up, so good in open court. She hit some threes, and the assist on the day, double-figure assists, a terrific effort.
Speaking of Anaya James, I mean, Jordan, you were able to stop her before she goes and celebrates with her team.
I know, I caught her for a second before the celebration, but 14 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds. You were all over the place. I talked to Liz the other day. She said you're one of the most underrated players in this league. How'd you get it done today?
I mean, my teammates, I know they have confidence in me. I just play my hardest every game.
How did it start from the beginning with this team? You came out with so much energy. Why was that so important?
I mean, we know that it was going to be a game of runs, and we had to start off strong. And it starts with defense. We preach that all the time. It starts with defense, and that's what we did.
Yeah, you even got a block in there. I see you. What about next game up? How do you guys keep stacking wins here?
It's defense. It starts with defense. We know that Gonzaga, they're a pretty good scoring team. So as long as we get our stops, we'll be okay. We know that we can score on offense, but we gotta play defense.
All right, starts with defense.
Yep.
Congrats.
Thank you.
What a game for that young lady. So, Pacific defeating USF. They advance to the semis for Jen Jordan, and everybody's, my man, saying thanks for watching. Coming up next, Eric and Stephanie on site.